All right, so in our continuing expedition series, um, we have the Dominican Republic. No, not Haiti. Haiti doesn't have official coverage. Um, okay, so you can see I have played this before, gotten a respectable score. All right, so time per round, 3 minutes, our usual settings. Okay, um, so all of the official coverage in the Dominican Republic is in two patras, Santo Domingo and Santiago de los Caballeros, the other, you know, large city on the island. Um, there are no other large places on the island. I think there may be towns in the order of, like 50 to 100,000 people other than those. Um, okay, so we can see, that we have yeah, this is kind of typical Dominican Republic appearance. Let's see. So some things to notice. There's a lot of people out, you know, yeah, oh yeah, Baltimore Orioles shirt. Yeah, they're the very baseball mad nation, and often, fans of the U.S. major leagues, which and there is of course a gigantic history of great Dominican baseball players, in the United States. I'm not a sports guy, so not particularly an expert on it, but and yeah, you'll also with the baseball stuff, you'll see a lot of Yankees stuff in the Dominican Republic because of that Dominican immigrants in the United States almost entirely live in and around New York City. Um, I mean the Dominican population of New York City is equal to something like 5% of all of the Dominicans in the world. Oh, that's interesting. We actually have some pictures of wait, is that Dominican currency? Yeah, I can't tell. It might not be. Okay. Um, yeah, a little bank here. Yeah, I like the bars here, at the Oh, yeah, phone numbers here. The Dominican Republic is classified according to the international phone system as if it were part of the United States, just like Canada is, and Puerto Rico, for instance. Um, and so the phone numbers look exactly like they do in the United States, except that at the beginning, this is either 809, 829, and 849. Um, and then that confusingly as a North American area with multiple codes, all 10 digits have to be, so to speak, dialed. And yeah, you want to guess on these things, but okay, it's more of an educational stream. You can see, if you're not used to this, that this is how this is going. That these things are often, there's there's less guessing than there is in a lot of GeoGuessr streams. Um, but yeah, but this is, intended to be relatively educational. Okay, so here we can see we're in less of a city center area. There's a nice house. Yeah, so this looks like it's, a somewhat better neighborhood. Um, right. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is like a Norfolk Island pine or something from the Araucaria genus. You find these are found only in warmer climates. And um, like New Zealand comes to mind on the North Island. You see this sort of thing, uh, you know, um, but yeah, they're fairly widespread. Houston, things like places like that. Like that. They're but that this tree is one to remember, that that it's in warmer climates, and it looks a bit like a Norfolk Island pine, which you see a lot in New Zealand. Um, okay, we yeah, there's some nice houses in this neighborhood. I mean, look at that. That yeah, and of course, as is typical with nice houses in poor countries, there's formidable security fences around them. Um, okay. Um, yeah, I'm thinking, actually with the amount of stuff we've seen, like I think this is, maybe Santo Domingo and not Santiago, like thinking these, this might be sort of there would be more upmarket people in. Yeah, there's that yeah that definitely is Norfolk Island pine there, like these two. Um, yeah, yeah, and so the funny branching pattern, like, and the way that these are, and these out of Norfolk Island pine, these the foliage, is it's not what you're expecting for a conifer at all. It's actually kind of soft feeling. That it's not. I mean it. Technically has needles. It is a conifer, but like they're actually quite soft. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoever did the landscaping for this neighborhood, like, is definitely into some odd conifers. Yeah, I think that's not an araucaria, but like that again is something unfamiliar to me. It's not a cold climate conifer, which look different. Um, and it was Santiago. Yeah, I didn't get to the didn't really get to the point of having a lot of clues. Okay. Um, Bunka, it says. Yeah, you'll also notice the electrical stuff here is fairly US looking, like, I mean, that you definitely see stuff like this in say Mexico or Central America as well, that there's the on the pole here there's the can capacitors, like this light fixture, is definitely North American looking. Um, yep. Okay. Uh, someone's got a pan. Okay. Um, let's see. Aviso. Yeah, this is some legal notice. Yeah, there's nothing on there giving it location. I thought, it would tell you what the city is. Um, but yeah, this one is it is kind of a hard map, that let's see, we've used up some time. But yeah, mostly what, you're going to be interested in, right, are things that, we can identify the Dominican Republic by, that that we're yeah I've oh yeah, look at this. This is a US style electrical meter. That these are found again in places with a similar electrical grid to the US, like Mexico and in this case the Dominican Republic. Um, yep. Oh, something that will definitely set apart the Dominican Republic is you can see that the Dominican Republic's population is primarily of African ancestry, which is different from I think any other country that you find on GeoGuessr in Latin America. Um, you do certainly find this in some other places that are covered. The west coast of Colombia comes to mind, as having a largely African population, and also parts of Brazil you find that. Um, let's see, we have okay. Yeah, and the Santo Domingo coverage does spread out fairly far along the coast here. I'd have to look at it. I think it goes out toward here, at least to near San Pedro de Macorís, if not actually including it. Um, and there's official coverage is just that, and the Santiago patch. When I looked at Google Maps, there is a substantial piece of unofficial coverage around Punta Cana, and if you get that, I looked around a little bit. This is much more distinctive looking. That there's it's sort of more open. Like I actually ran into there's a bunch of sort of mass produced, like cheap apartment buildings in this area, which kind of surprised me. It looked almost like more like something that like the Soviet Union would have built, um, except like that style the architecture was somewhat different, but it had that sort of look of a lot of small apartment buildings that look alike like the Soviet five-story. Um, you know, let's see. Um, that looks like it could be a freeway overpass, and like there aren't a whole lot of, wait, I've seen this before. You know, I don't know what it means. But yeah, oh, it points, yeah, this other place where I saw it, it pointed onto a ramp here. And so, yeah, so I guess the Dominican Republic has some fairly eccentric freeway exit signs, if that's what this is. Um, but I'm even wondering if maybe I'm in a repeat. The one that I saw was in it was in Santiago. Um, yeah, except it was near Santiago has this river and a canyon sort of thing, and it was like near. I want to say it was near this thing. Um, Las Charcas. Yeah. Oh, there's Las Charcas. Okay. Um, okay. So um, we can't get closer to that, can we? Um, I could swear I saw this sign at closer range, but maybe it's a similar sign with a different exit. But this one actually says Las Charcas on it, and that's where we are. So yeah, okay. Um, okay, so that's very fortuitous. Um, looks like we're about here. Yep, that's that. Okay, so that was very fortuitous there. 5K'd the round. Um, yeah, actually, this looks kind of like those Punta Cana buildings that I saw. But it's, copyright Google, so it's probably uh, official coverage, and also that unofficial coverage had an ad on the car. This doesn't, like this appears to be, like the car. It's got this rack on here for fans of car meta, and of course, like all meta, it's subject to change. If they replace the coverage. Since it's not a thing that's in. Yeah, there's the 809, 829 again. Um, Colinas del, oh, that's the name of the development, Colinas del Rio. Um, yeah, there is a prominent river in Santiago, which makes, although I mean, Colinas del Rio could just be, okay. You'll notice here the word bodega, like a store in New York City. This is Presidente beer. This is, the Dominican beer. Um, I've even seen ads for it in New York City, aimed at Dominicans that live there. Um, okay, so so that you see those things everywhere. Um, let's see, Bodega Camari. Let's see. So yeah, yeah, we might be, like on the edge of Santiago someplace. Um, Urbanización Cerros de Buena Vista. Um, that is some, yeah, that's more that, yeah, Urbanización definitely does sound like it could be like an official name of a neighborhood that could be on a map. So, is there uh is there Cerros de Buena Vista? Um, let's see, Cerros de Buena Vista. Cerros de Buena Vista. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's also relatively flat, which like I'm wondering maybe this is Santo Domingo and not Santiago. Um, and it was Santo Domingo. Okay. Let's see, Santa Cruz. Urbanización Cerros de Buena Vista Primera. Okay. Uh, yeah, there's Buena Vista Segunda there. Yeah, yeah. So I've noticed that they have these prominent neighborhood names on here. These must be like in Mexican cities. These on the map are called colonias. Um, I don't know what the um there's maybe a different name for them in the Dominican Republic. Um, yeah, so remember to guess. Um, okay, so next game. Ooh, I have a viewers. Um, okay, people looking at the Google car. 2010. Okay. Um, a lot of people looking at the Google car. Um, okay. Yeah, that I've noticed this that that in some countries there are really a lot of people outside. That the Dominican Republic is definitely one of those, and African countries are the same way usually. Um, and I'm not really quite sure why this is, but like that there's a lot of people out on the street. Um, okay. So this looks like it's dense, I'm thinking, that well, I think that actually both are, both Santiago and uh and Santo Domingo are dense, so might not mean a whole lot, but oh yeah, this word colmado that I mentioned before, bodega on the other one, this is the other word for um one of these sort of small stores, and this word colmado is I think specific to the Dominican Republic, at least from what I've seen. That Mexico would like tienda I think is used like tienda especially is like Guatemala. Um, But yeah, so I think that I haven't heard of colmado being used in any country other than the Dominican Republic. Um, yeah, there's another one of those little tiny banks. Hmm. If that's even what they are, I mean, who knows? Um, yep, we got yeah, so there's a little restaurant there. Um, okay, we were just here. Um, oh, we gotta guess. Yeah, I think this maybe is fairly central if it's in. Yeah, there's people looking at us from the from the rooftops. Okay, so I guessed the right city. Uh, wait, no, no, I didn't. Okay, 136 kilometers. Um, yeah, and you can see from the country not being very big that 136 kilometers off is 455 points. So, uh, yeah, there's yeah, this is very common. The phone number is again 809-829-849. And so that's okay. Oh, there's a little carnival. Um, yep. Okay, so here another church. Yeah, 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 another thing that I've been noticing in these rounds is that this seems to be a country with a Latin American country with a lot of small Protestant churches, like okay, Rotary International. No, can't see anything of. Oh, uh, Parque de las Cruces. Yeah, so Tres Cruces definitely sounds like a location. Um, I'm thinking maybe this is in from the appearance, I'm thinking maybe like hills above the city center. Uh, let's do a quick check for a Tres Cruces. Tres Cruces. Yeah, I know that this La Caleta, La Piedra, that there's and like out to I think at least Boca Chica, I think is in the coverage. But I think it might even go out to San Pedro de Macorís. But let's see, Tres Cruces. Uh, let's do a quick look at Santiago too. Um, yeah, presumably, like someone that became a guru at this map would actually just know all the major neighborhoods in these two cities, right? And but so far there isn't coverage of anything else. And of course, where there is coverage, like all meta is subject to change at any time, if Google, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, and there's the characteristic 135 kilometers off when you guess when you because there's really only two places to guess. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. So for, like sort of general economic level, I'd say, like lower for Latin America. Yeah, there's a lot of interest in gambling in the Dominican Republic. That here, here this is I guess a lottery shop. You also see like sports betting, seems to be very big. Um, and I know that there was actually a scandal a while, I think this was around 2000 or so, um, where where they found that people were winning the Dominican Republic lottery over and over again, and that it was a scam. Like it was actually essentially being used for money laundering, um, and that it resulted in a large drop in lottery ticket sales and a big increase in sports betting. Um, the idea being that, that at least someone in the Dominican Republic was unlikely to be able to fix a Yankees game. You know, uh, let's see, Coloreal. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Here again, this word colmado. That this is, that term for every place in the world has very particular sorts of words for like a convenience store. Like for instance, party store is found in Detroit. um I mentioned bodega in New York City, which is also found in the Dominican Republic. um and dépanneur in Quebec, is an example of that. I mean, if you found a dépanneur, you would know that it's not, you would know that it's specifically Quebec. Not that there are any French-speaking countries that look like Quebec. I mean that you're never going to mistake it for France. But okay, so um, oh, this are those dominoes? No, no, those I don't know what those are. Yeah, yeah, that's another one that I've run into. Is that that I found a dominoes parlor. Like someplace where people play dominoes. Yeah, there's the Presidente sign again. That's a sure sign of the Dominican Republic. Yeah. Oh, see that one. That's an example in Santo Domingo. I said that it went out here, and it does. Yeah. Okay. So there's that's okay. So that's the deal. Is that this is near the airport? Right. Um. Yeah. So oh, I should mention. Like another thing that you run into on some rounds that's very distinctive for which city is that Santo Domingo actually has a metro system. That it's I mean they do have them in in poorer countries sometimes. And Santo Domingo is actually it's fairly large, as I remember. It has something like 3.5 or 4 million people in the in the city. I think it's like something like half of the population of the island is actually in Santo Domingo. um I mean, not of the island, the country. Right. Yeah, that's right, because Haiti is also on the island. Okay. Yeah, okay, so the Biblioteca Central UASD Recinto Santiago. Okay, so I think this is then in Santiago, and yep. You'll also notice here Dominican flag. Um, okay, UASD. Well, there's Universidad Tecnológica de Santiago, UTESA. Um, so that's a university, but yeah, what UASD sounds, yeah. Now, of course, it's possible that, some universities actually have a dispersed campus, scattered around a city, so that's a particularly common pattern in Europe or sometimes in universities in large cities, like NYU comes to mind, is not, doesn't really have a campus, so to speak. NYU has buildings. Um, UASD, or the even more to take a particularly ridiculous example, the University of Paris, has something like a quarter of a million students. It's actually a combination of like 17 universities, or something like that. But there's no location of the University of Paris. It's okay. Recomendaciones de seguridad preventiva. Yep. Yep. So let's see. Edificio de aulas. Okay, so that's probably another. Let's see. There's a well paved road. Oh, there's actually street signs here. Um, Calle Uno. Okay. First Street. Okay. Oh, that's because, oh, I see what it is, there's, yeah, no, that's not findable. Okay, that's okay, so that tells us something important though, that streets in Santiago are numbered, which, that they okay. So again though, what okay, so it was over there, UASD Santiago. Okay, so the campus was not very visible in the farther out view. Um, yeah, so there's at least a large cluster of university buildings here. Um, yeah, also not. Oh, there it is, Universidad Autónoma de Santo Domingo. Um, so okay, so this was a branch campus of UASD in Santiago. That's okay, so that's why the building was looked like that. But yeah, that this for some reason is not visible at farther out zoom levels. And so that okay, so here there's Avenida Olímpica, which if I had moved around, I might have been able to find. Um, okay, so but again, okay, numbered streets in Santiago. That there's Calle Seis, Calle Siete, Calle Nueve, and then in the other direction they have letters, L, K, J, I, H, G Primera. So there's more than one calle, whatever G is called in Spanish, right? I mean, it wouldn't be called G because they don't even have that sound, but um, he, yeah, I don't know. Um, I mean, J is Jota, I know that, but yeah, okay. This is Santo Domingo because there's the overpass here. That might be for the metro system. It might come out of the ground in places. Um, okay, so it's a line. Yeah. Oh, another thing, for uh, uh, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but the signs in Santo Domingo, I mentioned the connection to New York. They actually do look kind of like New York City. That there's a definite similarity there. Um, okay, so it's a north-south line, maybe. I'm wondering maybe this one, like through there's Juan Bosch Station. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can go along. Wait, is that a station up there? That looks like it, except there's no obvious way up to it, so I'm confused as to what that thing is. Uh, I mean, because this doesn't look wide enough to put a highway on. Like this only makes sense as wow, that's impressive. Wait, hotel rentals for 2 hours. Is this a love hotel? Yeah, that is what this is. Wow, I had no idea that they had love hotels in the Dominican Republic. Um, yeah, yeah, that's it's a pretty impressive one too. Yeah, there's the guard. Okay. I guess you learn something every day playing this, right? Okay, so yeah. Also, I'm thinking, with it being a love hotel, like I mean, that reinforces that we're likely to be in the big city. That I think. There's the flag again. Um, okay, so it was okay. So I was right about the subway line. It was north. It was this place. This okay. So the station was Jose Francisco Peña Gomez. Um, yeah, is the Love Hotel on the map? I mean, I almost, almost, tempted to try to find it and see what the reviews are like. That. Yeah, I don't. Oh no, there it is. Hotel La Cumbre is, I think. Yep. Okay. Well, we've got to do it now. Hotel El Cumbre, Santo Domingo. Um. Wait, there it is. Okay. Is that the same one? That maybe that's not the same one. Um. No, no, I think that's right. Let's see. New tab. Um. Hotel La Cumbre. Um. Okay, the one that comes up is in Spain. Is in Spain. Hmm. And right up there at night, they smoke all kinds of drugs. Hmm. Why are there so many reviews in English? Um. Hmm. Is this the same hotel? Hmm. Um. No. Oh, because yeah. No, it's the Cabañas Hotel. Okay, that's the reason why. Okay, so it was new tab uh Cabañas Hotel Santo Domingo. Okay, it just says here Cabana is a kind of motel where you can rent a room for 3 or 4 hours. So, yeah, perhaps we're not going to find out about those particular ones. But yeah, yeah. So it looks like there's yeah, looks like there's a YouTube video about them. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I guess what that does tell us though is that yeah, yeah. So that's not something that I would have expected. Is that in the Dominican Republic, love hotels are a thing? Okay. So we have 10,586 points in total, which you're go yeah, yeah. There's gonna be an issue here where there's on this one there's gonna be a quantized distribution of the scores people get on it, because there are going to be all of these rounds that are 135 kilometers off. Okay. Um, okay, so one more game, I think. Right. Uh, because three games are typical on this stream for, serious countries. Okay, so there's the 809 again. Um, uh, Gomeria y Repuestos Kelvin. Okay, so very into the absolute temperature scale at that place. Yeah, see, here's a sports book. You can see even, with the NFL logo and yep, El Gato Blanco. Um, let's see, Serenta este local. Now you may be wondering, about with the phone numbers, if there's any way to tell the two cities apart geographically with those, and the answer is no. All of the codes, all three of the codes, 809, 829, 849, cover the entire country, and if it follows the usual North American system, there's the next three digits also will follow no particular pattern, although, if you knew what all of the combinations were, it would tell you which town you were in. Um, but where do you even find the list of which telephone, which numbers are in use in well, no, actually, they're probably for the North American numbering plan. You probably can look up what the code assignments are for the 809 area code, but um, okay. Uh, COL Rodriguez, that might be Colonia Rodriguez if that's what they. Yeah, they're okay. So they're again one of these tiny little bancas. Um, okay. Yeah, I think those are banks, although, yeah, there's the Presidente beer bottle again. So more. Oh, wow. Wow. This, now that's a museum piece there. A payphone. Don't find a lot of those anymore. Loteca. Okay. And it pays to guess. Okay. Yeah, and it was Santiago because, of course, there are only two. Okay, so that was. Uh, so it was La Yagua de Pastor. Wait, La Yag something. It was hard to see there under the marker. Um, okay, there's Pastor there. So there's and there's Las Charcas from the previous round where the exit is. Uh, and I should mention that that we haven't seen it yet, but in Santiago the river here, the Yaque del Norte, is actually it has carved out a substantial channel. It's down in a little canyon, and so that explains some of the appearance here. Like for instance, why there's nothing in here is because this is this is a chasm, it's got steep sides, uh, and that it's not a buildable area. And then these roads here are substantially above the water. Uh, Alquila. Yeah, we've definitely seen quite a number of flags here, that this is a country that likes those. Um and another, yeah, there it is again. Banca La Dinamica. Yeah, are those banks? I mean, I assume they are, but cafeteria, heladeria. Oh, there's another loteca. It must be a train. Um, or perhaps it's the lottery game. Although, um, right. Um, oh, del Osama. Yeah, I saw this strange looking name before. That's in Santo Domingo, right? Where was it? Yeah. Ensanche Osama is here. Uh, Barrio Oxigeno. Okay, that's a fun name. Um, yeah, it looks like the main name over here is Almarosa. Um, let's see. Yeah, there's two of those Loteca signs right next to each other. Um, yeah, this definitely looks right for that neighborhood, right? It's relatively central in Santo Domingo. Let's see. Yeah, there again, a Colmado. Um, oh, there, yeah, Banca Jimenez. Wait, actually, come to think of it, the word for bank is banco, isn't it? So what is banca then? Um, Ropa extranjera. Okay, so the ad was for some place in this Osama place, but yeah, but it did give me at least that it was Santo Domingo. So it was, yeah. So it looks like here it was maybe Barrio Katanga. Katanga is an area in the Congo actually that was made a lot of news headlines in the early 1960s, which is probably why there's a neighborhood named after it. Uh, La Bomba Vieja. Yeah. Okay, so now I've got to do it. I've got to open a new tab here. So I've got to ask Google Translate. Okay, we have Spanish and English. Bunka. No, it translates bunka as banking. Um, you know, yeah, that there. Let's see. Definition three here is pequeña empresa bancaria, which suggests maybe that they're smaller. Um, Synonyms banco. So that's interesting. Maybe the grammatical gender of bank was different in different could be, was borrowed from another language, and that there wasn't good guidance on that. Um, Although it originally means like a bench though, which I would think there would be a word for in Spanish. Yeah, yeah. Again, like the fans of North American sports. Yeah, interesting that that there's NHL. Like the Dominican Republic just does not seem like a country that would have a lot of hockey fans. I maybe there's something that I don't know. Um, certainly, certainly, no one has ever played hockey on a natural surface in the Dominican Republic. That there's Calle Tres A 3A. That was the system that we saw in Santiago. Um, and also come to think of it, the street sign even looked kind of like that. Except I think it was blue. Um, okay. And the way that it looked, there's a lot of streets with the same, that the city obviously is too big for these to be uniquely numbered. Um, but yeah, so it was Calle Tres A, 3A, which looks, yeah, there's for instance CB. So there's times when there's uh, multiples. Okay, you'll notice here North American school bus. You see these, that these are sometimes in Latin American countries, you'll even see ones that obviously have been driven in the United States. Um, they'll sometimes one oh 267. Now that's interesting. Like I'm wondering why there's a phone number on here that is in some other North American zone. Hmm, maybe, yeah, 267. Maybe there's another code assignment. Like that's but I thought it was just 809 829 849. Um, you'll notice here stamp on here Tele SA Epe Norte. Um, so for you poll enthusiasts, yeah, you'll also notice, yeah, there's that light fixture that I said, looks familiar to me, like I've seen it in the United States before. Um, yeah. Okay, so I managed to get it 592 meters off, although without. Oh yeah, there's 3A there. 3A Avenido Hatue. Yeah, I remember not being able to read the other cross street there, which oh, you'll notice here on the map Cañada, which is a somewhat funny looking word that means like a canyon. There's uh that but it looks like Canada, except of course that it has an Enye on it. Uh, so that looks like it's just like a little ditch or something in there, right? Oh, that's right. I was going to look up what new tab 267 area code. I really want Philadelphia. Yeah, that in the North American system, mobile phones are so mobile that you can actually take them somewhere else and keep your number forever. Um, and so slowly the geographical basis of the system is deteriorating. Um, but yeah, that's kind of funny that that store has it has a phone. It had an 809 too for the Dominican Republic, and it also had a phone that's in Philadelphia. Okay. Um, and yeah, I don't even know if there's any barriers to dialing either. Like I think it may actually be handled as a completely domestic call in every way. Um, okay, this looks like a relatively upscale neighborhood, like which makes me think Santo Domingo. Um, Let's see, apotheek. Um, uh, not a North American looking pole, although the can is completely U.S. looking. Um, let's see, Residencial Lisa Maria, Regatta Midtown. Um, Orange Theory Fitness. This is a business that I've seen in the United States. I guess that they have it here. Um, okay, so this I think is Santo Domingo and probably like closer to the center. I'm thinking maybe it's near the coast, right? Which would in a place like this often. Oh, there's a street sign there, Federico something. Federico Gerardino. Um, yeah, not that I'd find that. Oh yeah, there is numbered streets. Okay, so I guess what I was saying about numbered streets being Santiago is yeah, it looks like mostly they're not numbered though, which so numbered streets still is at least suggestive of Santiago, and that although come to think of it, mostly we haven't seen a lot of signs. Ashton School, home of the Gators. Um, um, Banco BHD Leon. BHD makes me think of Malaysia, but like it's obviously not that, or is it? Um, okay, so it was this neighborhood Paraíso. Uh, yeah, so there's Federico Geraldino and Francisco Carias Lavander. Okay. Um, yeah, so what I did get right is that it was not far from the center of Santo Domingo. So, right. Um, oh, so this is mass small apartment construction, but yeah, the ones that I said were in Punta Cana did not look like this. Those looked a lot bleaker. Like these are. I mean, these are kind of nice looking. Like they're uh Manzana K Edificio. So Manzana must be that means apple is the name of the complex, I would guess. Um, Manzana Edificios. Yeah, Edificios buildings, right? Um, yeah, Edificios del Uno al Cinco. Um, Avenida de la Realeza. Does that mean Reality Avenue? Um, okay. Maybe it's Real meaning royal. I don't know. Like Kingdom Avenue. Um, okay, so this is maybe kind of a north-southish street. Um, Bisono, is that the location? Um, wait, there was a Maybe not. I thought that was maybe a crest on the wall. That's a plant there. Yep. All right. So I guess we've seen, a lot of things that are distinctive about the Dominican Republic, but not of places inside it, right? Um, okay. So those buildings are inside of, yeah, they're inside of this gated thing. Okay. Ciudad Real. Uh, yeah, I'm wondering maybe this is Ciudad Real is, especially with this here, that this, um, that would explain Realeza as the, yeah, I thought about, like maybe a more peripheral location in Santo Domingo is where I might expect to see something like this, right? Um, okay, so, um, oh yeah, Ciudad Real, Altos de Arroyo Hondo, Residencial Carmen Maria. Okay, Ciudad Real Dos, which was what we saw on the sign, right? Too. Um, yeah, okay, Manzana K Edificio 21. So Manzana is this section of Ciudad Real Dos. Um, there's Parque Ciudad Real Uno, right? So there's one, the Ciudad Real must have a section one, section two, and here Residencial Madeleine Sixto, the sixth one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so this looks so this looks like, kind of like mildly upscale housing, but is still fairly modest, and like it has those security gates in it, like it's one of those neighborhoods that, keeps people out of it to some extent. Yeah, you'll also notice up here Arroyo Hondo, on the map has numbered sections too. Um, okay. Yeah, if I had guessed on this round, I might have gotten a good score for this one. Um, so yep. Okay, so that's three games, which is, usually what I do on these country streams. So that after this one we are done with the D's, and so the next domain name in alphabetical order, it turns out, is EC. So the next stream will be about Ecuador.